No, the title of this video is not clickbait. This roof rack that you see on the 4Runner behind me literally scares the shit out of me. No mod or anything that I've ever done to any vehicle has given me more stress and anxiety than that roof rack right there. And it's not Prinsu's fault, I don't think. I'm not gonna blame Prinsu. I'm gonna blame myself, I guess. So I'm gonna show you some pictures, and these pictures aren't mine. It's not my 4Runner that I'm about to show you. This comes from the forum, toyota-4runner.org. And the person who posted this, their username is Outbreak. So I wanna give credit where credit's due. These aren't my pictures. These came off of 4Runner, toyota4runner.org from Outbreak is the person's name. Anyway, the rust that this fella had up under his roof rack, it's got to be a worst nightmare. You know, I'm far from being a wealthy person, and it took me a long time to be able to afford one of these expensive vehicles. And when I saw that post on 4Runner, toyota4runner.org, and I saw this guy post pictures of the rust on his 4Runner that the roof rack caused, I was like, holy crap, man. And I can't stop thinking about it. Like, it haunts my dreams. Again, not a wealthy person, finally got, you know, the vehicle, my dream vehicle, if you will. And to know that I could possibly be inducing rust on the scale that I'm about to show you scares the crap out of me. And gosh, I think if you're gonna buy a roof rack, and I don't have any rust right now. Of course, I've only had this roof rack on for about 5-6 months. But I would not recommend this one because everything you see, the mounting points right there, it's basically a metal spacer that the roof rack sits on. So you have a metal spacer going over the holes, and the intent is for you to use some sort of sealant to put around the holes that your factory roof rack went into, which I did. I mean, they're sealed really, really well. But still, seeing those pictures just, it gives me major anxiety. So here are the pictures that I'm talking about. There you have it. Pretty scary, right? So, I think I'm worried enough to pull off my Prinsu roof rack and probably put the factory rails back on, or get the factory TRD roof rack and put that on instead. I can get that, anyone can get that from BAM Wholesale for about $560, and that's the factory TRD rack. So going back, if I could do it over again, I either wouldn't mess with a roof rack at all and just leave the factory rails on, put some crossbars on. But the original reason I put the roof rack on is because I had in my head I was going to put an awning on the roof rack so that when I went out to my property and I mowed, and I'd have an awning for some shade. Same thing with my son's soccer games. I could bring out the awning and have instant shade. But as you can see, there's no awning up there. I procrastinated and I just never put one up there. So if I had to do all over again, I would either not get a roof rack altogether, or there is a roof rack made by Sherpa. It's a Sherpa Crestone, and I probably would have went with that versus the Prinsu, because the Crestone has more of a factory type mount. And what I mean by that is if you look at your factory rails, you don't have to put any sealant. When you take the factory rails off, you don't have to scrape any sealant or anything like that, because it's a rubber gasket up under there that seals everything up real good and provides the water barrier. The Sherpa Crestone has a similar system where the metal spacers go through a rubber block, and that is your gasket. So from what I've found, that is the closest thing to factory mounting with regard to a full roof rack on your 4Runner. And in my opinion, just my opinion, if you buy a roof rack and there's any sealant whatsoever needed, if you have to go out and buy a tube of sealant in order to install that roof rack, don't get it. Stay away from it. Again, the Sherpa Crestone is the only thing that I've seen out there that's probably the most similar to the factory mounting that I could find. So yeah, that would be my advice. Try to find something that is as close to factory as possible. Don't mess with sealant. So yeah, that's it. Y'all let me know in the comments, what do you think? Because I'm just about ready to pull this roof rack off and call it done, and probably go with the TRD rack. I think I still want something up there for trips. It'd be nice to have extra cargo room, throw something on top. But anyway, let me know what you think. Am I tripping? Am I just overthinking it? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, this Prinsu rack, it's those metal spacers are just, you have your roof, metal spacers, and the roof rack. So you have metal on metal on metal, depending on how you sealed it. Now, I put a ton of sealant on there, but still, I mean, you still have that metal spacer sitting on your metal roof, which is not what Toyota intended. That's not how they install their equipment on the roof. So yeah, I think I might pull it off. Maybe put it up for sale. Y'all can have it. I'll give it to you for half price. Anyway, let me know what you think. What roof rack do you have, if any? Have the pictures that I just showed you changed your mind on getting a roof rack? Let me know.